Hello everybody, welcome back to another reading. Today we're taking a look at the case of Kevin Dundon, who was 22. He worked on the Viking Viscount, which was a sea ferry, and on the 21st of September 1980, the vessel was returning to Felixstowe from Zeebrugge in Belgium, and it's that day that Kevin disappeared. He was employed by shipping company Townsend Thorazin and had been working on the vessel for 3 days when he disappeared. His duties included washing crockery in the galley. Now, witness statements from colleagues said he was working in the plateroom at about 6 p.m. that Sunday, and the last confirmed sighting of him was 30 minutes later when he was believed to have been seen exiting the galley through a door which could have taken him to either the toilets or the deck. His brother Tom says when he wasn't working, all of them would nip into the ship's bar for a drink. There were lots of crew and other few passengers in that ship's bar. They were having drinks and laughs. Kevin was going back to work and then coming back in and having a drink, maybe, and going back to work, and then suddenly he went missing. Tom says he received a phone call in the early hours of Monday from a priest at Felixstowe who told him that immediately after the ship had docked, a crew member went to talk to him about what had happened on the boat. The potter said to me that he couldn't tell me what he said, but don't let it drop bad things that happened on the boat, according to Tom. Now, in the early days of the investigation, the three brothers said they felt frustrated as police were leading the family to believe it was a missing persons inquiry. But the brothers believed that their brother, who they described as enjoying life, wouldn't just disappear. His mother as well didn't believe that theory. She said there's no way he would have taken his life or disappeared. Both of his parents fell to pieces, it says here, after he disappeared, and they both have since passed away without knowing what really happened. The brothers described the early investigation as a calamity of errors. However, they said the Suffolk police had done a tremendous job over the last 2 years when it was picked up by the Cold Case Review team. Now, this is an article from September 2020, and since I was asked to do a reading on the case, I'm guessing that means that we do not yet have an answer. As far as the investigation goes, it says that DNA had been taken and police have re-interviewed just about everybody and interviewed some people who may not have been seen the first time around. And I'm guessing this means people who were on the boat at the time. That has not led to any new information, unfortunately. And that is why we're going to do a reading on the case today. And we're going to start off with the Urban Tarot deck, which is already on the table. And for any further questions, moving on to the Muse deck, which is this one. So as per usual, I'm just going to start shuffling the deck. As soon as I have a table full of cards, we're going to stop and take a look. So without much further ado, let's get started. Okay, so this is actually kind of unusual in the sense that I'm immediately hit with gambling debt. At least I'm not, but the thought comes up is immediately with success and change. This whole row right here leading to fertility, and then in the other row we have the Wheel of Fortune, strength waning, the Eight of Cups in reverse, unable to walk away, Justice in reverse, death. So I feel like these cards right here, success in reverse, this is the Six of Pentacles, so there's no charity given, and it's also kind of like a loss with the Two of Pentacles also reverse, unable to make a balance. Kind of suggests that it may have been some type of gambling going on, or he may have gotten involved in it somehow. Maybe didn't even want to be gambling. Like maybe he just ran into a couple of people that were like, come on, we need a fourth person for our poker table or whatever it is they were doing. And he kind of got suckered into it, and then he ended up losing big, which then led to a lot of worry, because the first thing that we see next is the Five of Pentacles. And the Lovers in reverse, we do not want to sign up with them. We're arguing with them. The people that, I guess, saddled us up with this debt over here. But we're not actually able to win against their logic, because the Seven of Swords over here, not only is it a card of deceit, which I feel may also point toward it having been the point all along to sucker him into something like this. I don't know why, maybe to try and rinse him or something. but it's 6 against 1, as you can see. In any case, more of them than there are of Kevin, so he was not able to fight them off with his logic. In the background kind of looks like a boat or something. I'm not entirely sure what the background looks like, but in any case, he's not winning. The card itself is also called Futility. Like I said, 8 of Cups, unable to walk away. So even though he might like to leave, he cannot excuse himself from the situation. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So wheel is turning, and it's turning for the worse. It's looking very grim over here. Strength is lost, which may also have had something to do, because this card also has a couple of cups on there that are looking quite empty. He may have also been slipped something to make him less likely to fight back. So it feels like there was definitely a mob over there looking for easy victims. And he lost his strength at this point. Over here we have Justice in reverse, so no justice done. And then Death, which is the end of a chapter. And in this case, end of a chapter, potentially also end of life here, because of course he disappeared, and there's only really one way you can go if you're in the middle of the ocean. So this may also be referencing him having been discarded overboard. In any case, it's a very clear-cut first line of cards here, this story right here. So I'm not really seeing much else. Let's grab the Muse deck to see if we can get any more information. Like, are there any details that we're missing here with this first line of cards? Okay. This stack for later. We have 5 of Cups, emotions, also not able to walk away from something, and there's a lot of water here, which is of course 5 of Cups. I'm also seeing a boat in the background. So emotions ran high, which is basically what this card is trying to say. We have the Hermit, so maybe trying to feel, or at least take a step back, potentially, to isolate themselves, at least attempting to do so, maybe mentally as well. We have the 2 of Wands, 2 of Inspirations, in reverse. So not able to travel anywhere, at least not able to make any plans. There's no way out over here. Awakening is Judgment in reverse. They may be feeling judged. I'm also about to put it in the same line with Justice over here. And Judgment and Justice always have a little bit of a link there as far as I'm concerned. So there is that connection, like they're being mistreated, they're also being judged maybe, or maybe they feel like people would judge them if they saw them in that state at the time. Knight of Emotions, okay, Knight of Cups in other words. This horse's reins have broken and they appear to be stomping around. Also there's shell in the background, so there's definitely a lot of ocean themes here. Maybe he was cast overboard, but he was still alive and he is in a world of his own. He has thoughts about going places maybe, and the Chariot as well, trying to maybe swim in a certain direction. Like this person is looking over their shoulder, like I think I could see land over there, and then he may have decided to swim out in that direction with all the might that they may still have had left. So at this point he may actually be in the ocean trying to save himself. I get the feeling like the first bunch of cards that we got ended with him being thrown overboard, and I don't think the people there necessarily meant to kill them. But if you throw somebody in the ocean, what other result are you going to get? Basically, so it's kind of like a manslaughter type deal. Maybe those people were also drinking, I don't know. But in any case, they appear to be in the ocean at this time. And now we have this card, 8 of Voices, which is the 8 of Swords. Mental entrapment, but we're also not able to get out of it. He may be having a singular focus on what he may think is the land where he needs to go. Like there's only one way he can look, even though there might be other options there. They do not consider anything else. This may be them doggedly trying to swim in one direction, thinking that that's going to save him. Okay. Knight of Swords. Okay, and Knight of Swords always strikes me as a very gung-ho card, and they're flying off into a direction. Whether they're going the right way or not is not even really that important, but I think their entire mind, their entire being is now focused on finding this land, chasing down this avenue that they have set themselves down. Ace of Wands in reverse, which may not be the best sign. I think maybe now comes a realization that they did not do the right thing. Hierophant in reverse. Hierophant is somebody who's supposed to be an authority on something. He could have been swimming in a certain direction because he had heard at some point somebody say that if you're ever out in the ocean, you need to do X, Y, Z. That's what he then ended up doing, and now he realizes, wait, that's not quite right. It's not giving me the result that this person promised, and they may actually be kind of crestfallen now in this realization that the person whom they may have looked up to for this type of information was not telling the truth, or at least did not tell them the whole truth, probably unintentionally, but still it's not leading to the results that he had hoped. So I'm guessing that he is now realizing that he's up a creek without a paddle, and maybe also not able to turn around and do anything else. He's already spent some time and energy chasing this one avenue, so maybe he's now realizing that he does not have enough energy to do anything else. Okay, so this is the Five of Swords. It's in reverse. The card itself is called Defeat. It's almost like the voices that were arguing against him before are now in his head, maybe making things worse for himself because it's like an internal monologue, or maybe an internal discussion that he's having with those people that were initially on his case, and he is feeling very much defeated. He is repeating things to himself that people may have said negatively about him, something along those lines. He's in a very negative mindset right now, which of course is not helping if you're trying to save yourself. Hierophant in reverse again. We had that one just now. Maybe this is somebody else who also had a Hierophant role, now also giving, or at least the words that they may have spoken to them in the past that were negative are now coming back up. Potentially other people. There I see, of course, the Triskelion over here, or the Trinity, whichever this may be representing, like the Father, Son, Holy Ghost type of thing. But people that they admired, Kevin did, and now he may be remembering all of the times that they said something negative about Kevin that's really like stuck with him. And these can be things that are very small but will just echo on and on. Like if you've ever had a depressive episode, you may notice that things that somebody may have said to you, even though at the time they didn't hurt that much, in a moment like that where you're so distressed or in such a negative spiral, those things can really get blown out of proportion. So I'm guessing that's what's currently happening with him while he's out there on the ocean, or in the ocean I should say. Matriarch in reverse. He may be missing, this is the Queen of Pentacles by the way, he may be missing his mother, he may be missing people who would be able to take care of him practically, because the Matriarch over here, or the Queen of Pentacles, tends to be somebody who's very practical. As you can see, they're feeding people in the background while also balancing the household and all that sort of thing. So they usually have things well taken care of. He may be thinking about people in his life who were like that, who could have helped him out, but where are they now? I need you now. Kind of like calling out for supports. Okay, and then we have Eight of Swords. This time it's upright. So we had the Eight of Swords here as well. So we're still stuck in a mindset. Maybe now we're in a different mindset where things are just too complicated. If you look at the cables there at the bottom of the TV, can't make sense of anything anymore. His mind is maybe failing as well at this point. Like there's too much going on. He can't like think clearly. There's no good reception over here. And there's just too much going on for him to be able to make sense of any of this. We have Devil in reverse. Maybe feeling like if only I hadn't done X, Y, and Z, I wouldn't be in this situation. Usually the Devil in reverse is also kind of like letting go of certain bonds. You can see at the feet over there, there appears to be an open shackle over there. Could also be like a bargaining thing, like I'll never drink again, I'll never smoke again, I'll never gamble, that sort of thing. Almost like bargaining with whatever he may have considered to be the Lord, as in, if I never do these things, will you save me? That type of mindset. I'm guessing also just having trouble believing that something like that could ever happen to them, which most other people have also echoed, that they did not expect him to want to do anything to himself anyway. Seven of Wands in reverse. The card itself is called Valor, but it's in reverse, and I'm thinking this is more of a panic right before the end, because next thing that we have here is a star in reverse, which I always see as a star falling and light fading, people disappearing. So I feel like this is actually Kevin losing his life out on the ocean and panicking because of it, which of course is extremely sad. I think that this is the end of Kevin's story. Let's see if we ever find him or find out more, or if we're going to get the truth of the matter coming out. Let's go back to the Muse deck for that. Okay. These two. Page of Materials, which is the Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Emotions, which is the Queen of Cups in reverse. Small expenses are made. A Queen of Cups in reverse can be an emotionally manipulative person. Could be that somebody is trying to make small expenditures to make it seem like they're getting big results. Like this, maybe somebody is quite manipulative, somebody who isn't really super interested in solving the case, but more interested in keeping people happy with them, like that. So this person, if they are on the case, then they're not doing a very good job. They're not trying to get tired, is basically what I'm trying to say. So let's see what else we can get. Also noticing, by the way, that they're also at the bottom of the ocean, looks as though. So there may be something like that as well. Six of Voices, which is the Six of Swords in reverse. Not really wanting to get taken anywhere. Ace of Cups also in reverse. And the Lovers upright. It could be that there is just this general mindset of what does it matter? They're at the bottom of the ocean. As you can see over here with Ace of Cups as well. Why would we bother going out of our way to look for somebody who is out there? That place is huge. We're never going to find them. Like maybe that type of placation is what's happening here. They're trying to keep people thinking that they're looking for things when actually they feel like there's no points, like that type of keeping people occupied. Two of Swords. Okay, it's in reverse. That means we really don't see any other option. Yeah, I do feel like the people that are working on this case just don't think that there's any point in combing the ocean floor, so to speak. Like they feel like this person may have been eaten by sharks, if there are any. I don't know if there are any in that area. I don't think there are, but who knows. They may be thinking like all sorts of things could happen to the body. Why don't you try finding a dead person in the middle of the ocean, like that type of thing. Like they're not even going to try. They feel like it's never going to amount to anything. And that is why they have kind of like set themselves in this mindset, and that apparently more people are on board with, because the Lovers is also here. So I don't see them working on anything to come to a resolution anytime soon, which is of course extremely sad. And they also seem to have a singular focus on finding the body, at least on not making any effort to find the body, when they could be trying to talk to the people that were on the boat whom are still alive. That's also an option, but they don't seem to be looking into that or wanting to spend the time. I see a lot of not wanting to do much over here, so that does not bode well for the case. Hopefully they'll snap out of it at some point. Let's see if we can get a card or two about that. Okay, one of them jumped. 10 of Cups. Okay, so that is an interesting card to pull actually, because maybe there will suddenly be a breakthrough, which is interesting, or they're just very happy with themselves. Like if people are happy around them, then they're happy, like that type of thing. And may also lead to being happy that things are resolved while they themselves are not actually the ones who are causing it to occur. So maybe somebody else will step in and help them out in that sense. Okay. Prince of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, the hacker. Okay, so maybe the results will actually come from people online, like a Reddit forum or somewhere else where people are very much focused on resolving old cases. They may be much more instrumental to this case than law enforcement at the moment is. So I think if you want to support anybody in this case, or hope for a resolution from anybody in this case, we're more likely to get that from internet sleuths than the people who are represented by this bunch in the middle right here, which seem to just be happy to keep people content without actually going out there to comb the ocean floor. At least that's what I'm seeing for Kevin Dundon. I hope you found that interesting. Make sure to leave a comment and a like. That really helps the channel along. If you want to subscribe, that's even better. Much appreciated. In any case, hope to see you in another video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.